How's everybody today? Great. We have a number of announcements. There'll be more information on the green sheet, which you could take home today, so we'll try and keep them brief. We'll be having a pet blessing here on October 22nd. So please bring your pets with you, but please be sure to keep them in a controlled situation. So if you need a pet carrier or a leash or whatever, please be sure to have that. And we'll be taking photos of the pets and their owners, and there'll be some treats and lots of fun that day. So it'll be October 22nd here at the church. And Pastor Sandy Britton will be celebrating her 70th birthday. And October 30th, back there. And we'll be celebrating her birthday with a fundraiser for the Justice Center, and that will be October 30th between 2 and 6 p.m. at Sandy's home. So you can see her for more information, and there's also a phone number where you can RSVP in the bulletin. I'd like to bring Jane up for a second to talk to you about the upcoming elections for mayor.
This is a quick public service announcement. Some of you may have already received a ballot in the mail. If you live in Phoenix, there's a runoff for the mayoral election. It will happen on November 8th. But this is a very confusing election. It's the first time in 50 years we've had a runoff, and the city of Phoenix is running this particular election. But many of you live in school districts that will also be having an election in November. So you will be getting 2 ballots in the mail. So when you get one, take a look at it, but don't forget that you'll be getting a second ballot as well. So look at both of them, think about the issues before you vote those 2 ballots. And if you do not get early ballots in the mail, you will need to vote at 2 different locations on election day. If you would like to get an early ballot or 2 early ballots, come and see me after church. I've got the little cards. Okay, thank you.
Do we have any people here visiting us for the first time today? Okay, we have a little gift for you. Keep your hand up so that they can find you. And thank you for joining us today. Also, can I have the ushers pass out the Ritual of Friendship pads? And if you could please fill that out and put the date on the top of the first page, whoever gets the first ones. We'd appreciate that. And that way Pastor Steve can send you a little welcome letter if you're here for the first time. The Call to Care Coordinating Council will be meeting in Anthony Lounge on October 30th. Sue Johnson will be doing the presentation at that meeting. And so that will be next Sunday, the 30th. Also, if I can have Lisa, she has some information about Judy and her ecclesiastical council on next Saturday.
Good morning. Good morning. I actually have an announcement on 2 ecclesiastical councils. We have 2 exciting councils coming up. And for those of you who don't know what an ecclesiastical council is, it's a step on the way to ordination. In Judy's case, she is already graduated from Illa Seminary, and she'll be gathering here with us, not here, sorry, Church of the Beatitudes. Next Sunday, no, again, I'm going to read. Saturday, October 29th at 2 p.m. And I'm hoping that many of you can come and be at this council. It's an event where churches from around the valley will gather to quiz Judy, for lack of a better, on her ministerial information and her journey. It's one of the ways the UCC works best, frankly, because we are part of the ordination process. So I'm hoping you all can come. I'll be there as a representative of Committee on Church and Ministry and be acting as the moderator that day. So,
where's the Church of the Beatitudes?
Where's the Church of the Beatitudes? 7th Avenue in Glendale. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay. So the other part of this information as it relates to Judy is next week, right here at our council meeting, our council will be voting to include Judy as a part-time assistant pastor here. If she passes her ecclesiastical council, she'll be licensed minister. We're asking her to be licensed here at this church as an assistant pastor. Thank you. And I understand that during her message this morning, she'll be speaking more about the process of ordination and the next steps. The other ecclesiastical council I want you to know about is Reverend Ken Wells. His ecclesiastical council is going to be here on Sunday, November 6th at 4 p.m. And again, I encourage you all to try to come to his council as well. Ken is a current member of this church and is going toward privilege of call in his case. He's from, remind me what, Nazarene. And so he's asked for privilege of call through the UCC to be a UCC pastor. So another interesting one. Both of their papers would be available. I know Judy's is available in the church office. Ken's will be available if it's not already, and will be available online, both of their ordination papers. So if you want to acquaint yourself with their journey. I think that's all I've got. Thanks.
Actually, the address of the Church of the Beatitudes is under the next announcement on the sheet, so you can get it right there. Next, we have Vicki, who wants to talk to us about the Day of the Dead.
In the annual church calendar, we celebrate All Saints' Day, and this year we'll celebrate on November the 6th. But this year we're going to add an element from our neighbors to the south, from the Mexican celebration called Days of the Dead. And for that, we are going to erect an ofrenda, or a temporary altar, in this space in front of the sanctuary where we usually put our Christmas tree. But for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to have something very different and very special. This is a time when we think about those of our family and friends and even our pets who are deceased. And so we want to invite you to bring a little photograph of a very special person that is deceased. It can be a family member, it can be a dear friend, or it can even be a picture of a beloved pet. And we're going to place our pictures and little mementos on the ofrenda. So if you would like to participate in this community altar, please start bringing your little photographs and mementos next Sunday. Also, I want to thank everyone who, for the past 3 weeks, while I've been traveling, have been making beautiful paper flowers, because we will use those paper flowers to decorate the ofrenda. Thank you.
Thanksgiving's coming up, and some of you don't have a place to go or dinner planned or whatever, and Donna and Jean are opening up their home for those people who would like to join them. There's information in the bulletin about where their home is and the phone number to contact them to let them know if you would be interested in going. Also, on Tuesday, October 18th, in Libby Parlor at 7 p.m. will be our book club. The discussion about the book, which is The Road, will be on Tuesday evening, and then the movie will be shown on Friday, October 21st. So if you'd like to join in that, Jack Evans, who's over here, will be heading that up. And our final announcement is about the Vision for First, and Sue Bartz will tell you about that.
Okay, this is what we've been waiting for, right? If you'll notice in your bulletins today, wow, senior moment. You'll notice in your bulletins today we have this very brightly colored piece of paper, very brightly decorated. And on there are, you saw this last week on the green sheets, are the different areas, the different spiritual teams we have here at First Church. This afternoon, directly after church, get yourself a few minutes to grab some coffee or something, but we've got snacks and treats and beverages provided for you in Pilgrim Hall today. We really want to encourage you to come over and participate. It's going to be a fun event. I promise you that it will not last more than an hour and a half, and it could go less. But I'm not going to hold anybody hostage during this event, and I really hope that the time just flies and you won't even know that an hour has gone by. So, but what I would like you to do today is, some of you already filled these out last week and turned them in, and if you haven't completed one yet to this from last week, bring this along with you over next door to Pilgrim Hall. It'll be a nice point of reference. We don't have to do extra printings of things if you bring them with you. But bring them with you across the way and come prepared to open yourself to the possibilities. I heard a great phrase one time in a group meeting that we were involved in with 3 churches that were working on a study program about changing the face of the church today. And the gentleman's phrase was, "Pray for the possibilities." And that just stuck with me. It's such an open statement, and it really does leave us open to the possibilities of what can be here at First Church. And everything is a what can be. Nothing is a what will be. We are UCC after all. So I hope to see you next door. We've got little snacks and things to help anybody's blood sugar from dropping. It's going to be a fishes and loaves kind of event, so don't come expecting to be filled to the brim, and be prepared to share with the person next to you. But I think we can do that too. So I hope to see you next door in just a few minutes. Thanks. Bye.
And does anyone have any other announcements? Okay, then let us worship God. Please join me for the unison centering prayer. Shepherd God, our Creator and God, may we serve you